Hi there, everybody. First off, let me start out by saying, that I want to wish everybody at Harrison High a fine night. Now, second off, I'd like to say, Mr. Washington, you don't have to worry, I'm doing fine. As you can see, Evan's here with me, unless of course he's not. He was studying with me the whole time, unless of course he wasn't. We're talking about my dream, the one I talked about on this channel. The one that has Andy Warhol in it. And Mr. Russell, we were talking about the ethical implications of reality. Yeah, as you can see, we have kind of formed a tight-knit group here on the show, unless of course we haven't, because there hasn't been anybody that's willing to come on my show with me. They're kind of trying to give me the kick in the sides I need to get back to school. Which I don't know. I may be taking some time off because I may be reevaluating my life, unless of course I'm not. Because if I am, I mean, does school matter? Does the whole thing matter? What is that but a ethical implication on society? I mean, that's what we talked about. We talked about the ethical implication of pizza in Daria. Daria is a pretty good show, unless of course it's not. If I do have friends, they'll make my video not look absolutely insane when I go over it again. This is my last message in the Scarecrow. There are no superheroes. Unless, of course, there are. In which case, they're absolutely funny. And it's the ghost of George Carlin, everybody. That's what we talked about. We talked about the end of Minutemen. Unless, of course, he's just Evan and he's not trying to pass the class. Like I said, if school doesn't matter, then why are we in society? Why even try? Why? Because I believed in America? Why? Why? I don't know. Sorry, that's what I'm thinking about, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I'm filming this. I have no comments. I'm thinking about the why that was. The why that was in Minutemen. We've kind of talked about it a little bit here on the show. Unless, of course, we haven't. Unless, of course, she abandoned me as a friend. I mean, what are stars? What makes people famous? That is the philosophical implication. So, Dari decides she's a beautiful man. What makes people beautiful? I guess we can get Evan off his ass. Maybe he can stop sleeping for 5 minutes. Hey? I made a joke. We didn't joke. We're friends here. Unless, of course, we're not. He writes me. If I was a superhero, he definitely would. He was a cool guy. I mean, he was always willing to help the special ed. Yeah. He's shown me that people not getting pizza is sometimes. I mean, some people have some, and other people have less. So, and another one of our friends, I can't call him a friend of mine, but maybe he's a friend of yours, Abby. Unless, like I said, I'm just talking to myself. Maybe he's a friend of yours. If he's a friend of his, then Josh. I mean, man, dude, we had some good times. All I was asking for, as you can see, was pizza. No need to freak out. Like Daria said, all you need is pizza. Yeah. I referenced Daria because I referenced that Andy Warhol episode. You know, the one where they just played it on MTV. TV of him sleeping, where she switches places with Claire. No, I'm making this because I'm doing fine, unless I'm not. Except if I'm afraid to die. Because I miss Harrison now. Unless I don't. Unless I can get back into school. Because my friends are here. Unless they're not. Because I'm home. Unless I'm not. I'm making this because have you checked under here at the high? I mean, making this for the advancement of a character. Yeah. Unless, of course, okay, so it definitely doesn't want a job. I mean, yeah. If Jim Jones didn't die, and that would endanger a lot of people, I would be making this as my last watch. Unless it's not. Unless it's not my place. Unless I just have to sit there quiet. Or shall set and come. Unless this doesn't get over when it hits. Yeah. Now think about it. What's the ethical implication of if he survived? Jim Jones. Because they're playing that on CNN. Death isn't real. It's just a show. You know what happens after you die. I mean, Mr. Russell, you know I have issues with my father, but he was a very special man. So special, in fact, that I ran away. Or I didn't. Because I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm doing fine. Unless, of course, I'm not. And that's it. I mean, it's just me talking to an empty couch, but I'm scared unless I'm not. Just like I said in my alien video. Unless I didn't. That we're all part of the conspiracy. I divided you up into groups. You should all buy tickets for the conspiracy. And pro promotions. I'm not telling you. If Jim Jones didn't die, well, we give a lot of psychos a lot of room to run to. But you get characters like Gates. Gates, as you know if you've been watching the show, is Jim Jones. I'm excited that Ugly Americans will be back on in the fall. Unless, of course, it won't. Unless, of course, like I said, it's all up to them. Did Lilith die in the Ugly Americans? Did Lilith die in the Ugly Americans? Is it found? There's Lilith dead here, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody's watching this. What am I talking to myself? Because it's fun. I don't know. I mean, like I said, my sister said that. But I'm just a loser. I've let a lot of people in my group. A lot of people in my group. To study group. The what happened to me group. I had a lot of fun with my brothers and sisters. Yes, I did. Give a lot of kids hugs. Like they said, a lot of people. It's their responsibility to get wrong. Like I said, I'm asking for help. Once I'm just trying to tell myself. Once I don't know what I'm talking about. No! All the time. Mr. Washington. Because Does Ugly Americans take place in New York? Where does anything take place? James is the same character in this, he's not. I haven't had anyone draw him yet. You see, in my dream, Ghost of Andy Warhol was there. I talked about it a little bit. So was Russia. My friend, of course. I don't know. That was in the story. That's what it. See? Avatar, the White Lotus. We love Avatar. You see, I'm really excited for season 2. The White Lotus are the friends of Rorschach. Unless, of course, they're not. Will they be in? They will be in season 2. Unless, of course, they won't. Unless, of course, there's been no rumor indicating such. Yeah. Season 2 of Korra. What was it? Yeah, I meant Korra. Unless, of course, I didn't. It's all the same New York. And what is it? I mean, I'm just a writer, like I said. That's the point behind Watchmen. I'm just a writer. Evan is there too. The hospital. If he wants to be. Mhm. Mhm. It's a shame he didn't graduate, unless he did. Unless I meant the education system at large. Like I said, what is the education system? Why even go to school? If you're just gonna have people go crazy, why even go to school? If it's not just another way of man keeping you down. It's midnight here, folks. I'm out of time. Um, I am Bruce Jenner's ass. Bruce Jenner's ass. Unless, of course, I'm not. I got that off talk soup. Unless, of course, I didn't. I'd like to thank you all for being on my show and being part of this wonderful experiment. Hopefully one day we find this gold. Unless, of course, Hollywood has dug it up first. Hopefully we find we're able to show that thing in life a more movie. See you in class tomorrow. Unless, of course, I don't. I miss class. I miss the game. I miss the talking and being and living. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Sophie, for doing that. Right. Okay, so we can this is supposed to be going on the show. Right.